Welcome to my gully. This is where I was born, in poor humble family. Grow in a village, studied in government ZP school. My father did farming for 50 long years. To help and support my family for our survival, I did all farming works in my childhood along with my brother and sister. Completed schooling from my village and engineering from district in 2005. Being an average student, I was not selected in college campus. So I moved in Pune city and started searching for my job. My family condition was not good to provide me pocket money. So I decided to earn my own. I started selling SIM cards, Oxford dictionaries, water park tickets, and work in a call center just to earn my bread and butter when I was searching for my job. I struggled 3 long years with this situation and failed in so many job interviews. My dream was always to work in IT industry, but being an electronics engineer, I was scared of computer programming. So I chose software testing to enter into IT industry. My 3 years of struggle and continuous learning brought me an opportunity, and finally I got a job in top MNC. I started my professional career in 2008, but after working 4 to 5 years, I realized I'm not getting into the calls and every company was asking for automation testing. So I learned and mastered automation testing. It's been 15 years now. I work on different automation testing tools and techniques like Selenium, Cucumber BDD, REST Assured, APM, Silk Test, and now Playwright. As I'm having strong foundation on automation testing, this is my second opportunity to work as a QA manager on a crucial assignment here in London, United Kingdom. It's been 1.5 years now I'm here in London. Till day, I help 100 plus manual testers. They got good results in terms of salary hike and new job offers. I'm glad to see you took first step to come out of your comfort zone, shown courage to learn and upgrade yourself as per current IT industry's requirements. I'm glad you concerned and conscious about your career, your dreams and your vision. You made a right choice at the right time because today's IT industry is all about automation and artificial intelligence and not for manual testing. I want to congratulate you for your kickstart of automation testing career. I am 100% sure you will achieve your dreams with right guidance and direction. For me, you all are dream achievers. You already took bold steps and started learning most demanding IT skill as of today. So, dream achievers, let's start with 15 plus years of IT experience, founder of Biomat Automation and author of the book Riding the Success Wave and Pune's #1 automation testing mentor.
Hi all, how are you guys? Are we good? Anyone got chance to go through the recordings?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Anyone? Just you can type in chat box. You did something. Okay. It seems no one gone through. So what is the agenda today? What we gonna go and learn today? Mm-hmm. Anyone? Any idea about? See, like this session should be interactive. I want your response, right? So if you are not responding, if you are just into the meeting and not giving
Verification,
any input,
validation we
so
can
it
do.
will be, it's something like I'm just speaking with some black boxes, right? There should be some interaction, right? There should be some interaction. I should get some input from your end, right?
Verification, validation.
Right. So verification and validation. So what do you mean by that? Mhm. What do you mean by that? Verification and validation. So you guys know it better, right? As a automation tester or as a manual tester, as a software testing. This is software testing concept, right? So verification and validation. So what do you mean by that? Anyone? What do you mean by verification and then the validation? No one?
So the verification ensures the product is built correctly according to the specific what are the requirements are there. On the basis of that, build correctly and validating. It's verify that the build product fits with the user needs and the expectations what they have from the market or for the end users.
Okay. So that's something which is the verification. Okay. That means the market requirement or is as per the requirement the given by the business. So do we have that in place? That is something which is we do in terms of verification, right? And then what do you mean by validation? Come
Validation
on,
means to check that how the product is interactive and how it is responsive for the end user. That
right?
is called validation.
Validation. So actually, we are like doing these stuff, right? So verification means right kind of dummy things. Okay, this is gonna go and I can see the things, right? Let's take an example of the car. I can see the car is having four wheels, steering, doors, horn, everything. I can see all accessories are there. I said, okay, I verified. Is everything is there. But validation is something I physically go ahead and check whether the wheel is running or not. If wheel is running, then what is the speed of that wheel?
Validation means the basically means the testing how to and since you are giving the car example, so it is made by test driving.
Right. So that is for the test driving. Test driving is nothing but the validation. Whereas the verification means just we go just went there and see okay everything is in place. That is something you verified. Okay, everything is in place. But if that thing is working or not, that is something which is comes under the validation. We're gonna go and validate that thing. Yeah. So how do we do that in terms of software testing? How do you think like is applicable in terms of software testing? So if you take any example of any XYZ website, so by the way, you guys able to find out the recordings? So I'm having some challenge there with my recording. So I just uploaded with my portal. So I uploaded that there in the YouTube, my YouTube channel, and then share with you. So you can go over these recordings. Recordings are available over here. So I'll upload today's recording as well over here. Yeah. So you can just check it out. I just send this URL to you to everyone. You got this in your WhatsApp message there. Yeah. All right. So validation and then the verification. So go any XYZ website, any website. Yeah. So let's take an example. If I go to this website, okay, for example, for that matter. So automation testing, automation exercise. So over here, um, so we have some different components available. Yeah, this is something which is kind of a dummy website for the e-commerce one. Yeah, for the shopping cart kind of thing. Yeah. So we do have components available over here, different components available here. So and then if I go over here, so we do have some test cases. They return some test cases as well over here. So you can see the register user, login user with correct email address, password, login user with incorrect email address and password, log out, and so on and so forth. So there are different test cases available. So what we need to do is, yeah, as a automation tester, we need to go over here step by step. Yeah, you can see the launch browser, navigate to this URL, verify homepage is visible successfully or not. Click on this, then again verify this thing, enter this thing, click on this button and again verify this thing, right? This is what our manual test case is, right? So this is what how you guys like might have seen these test cases or you might be writing the automation test cases. How many of you are writing the test cases by the way? Just you can put in the chat box saying yes, I'm writing the test cases. Yeah. Prashant, Ritu, Pankaj, yes, Yogesh, right? So Chetan, right? So that's what like as a manual tester, we do this stuff, right? We write these test cases. And then like when it comes to the execution phase, we execute all these test cases, yeah. And like we validate, uh, right, our outcomes, results there. Yeah, that's what like the manual stuff. Now, how come this to be done with the help of automation? How we can do this thing with the help of automation? That is something which is we need to learn. Yeah. So for that matter, what we have is we have got the Selenium there. Yeah. And then with the help of Selenium, we can do this thing. Yeah. So like we have a couple of ways there we can do with the help of Cucumber BDD as well. But we're gonna go and start with Selenium. Once you understood the Selenium, then you can go ahead with the Cucumber BDD as well. Yeah, because Selenium is something is a core, is the basic components we need to learn. So yesterday, like we did this exercise, right? So we created one simple project there, and in that project we created couple of classes there. Yeah. So we just understood the calculator program, and like we use AI there, how we can go ahead and write the test case for that matter, right? So we have seen this thing there. Now today what we can do is we're gonna go and write this test case. Yeah, so we'll do this thing there. Yeah, so just like we're gonna go and do this stuff there. Yeah, so how to do that? For this thing, I need to get use of Selenium. We need to get hold of Selenium. Yeah, so how to integrate the Selenium with this particular project now? Yeah, so for that, what I can do is I'll go to one the official website of Selenium. So if I go here, so this is what the official URL, or you can just Google it out. So if you just Google it out, and then if you see Selenium, so you will see the very first URL. This is what the official URL of Selenium. So you just open it, you will get the this thing there. Huh? So this is what the official URL of the Selenium. So what Selenium is all about? Yeah. So you may get this question in the interview. What Selenium is? What is Selenium? Mhm. So this is the answer of what is Selenium. Yeah. This is what the definition. Selenium automates browser, and that's it. That's the only definition we have on his official website. On its official website. Yeah. What is Selenium? Selenium automates browser, and that's it. Apart from that, Selenium is not doing anything. And then what you do with that, yeah, so what you do with that power is entirely up to you. Yeah, so what you do with that power is entirely up to you. So Selenium automates the power, automates the browser, but what you do with that power is entirely up to you. That's the only definition. So now whenever you go for interview and whenever you're saying like Selenium is a tool and automation testing tool and all those things, so Selenium is not a tool. Selenium is a API, application programming interface. It's a plug and play utility. Yeah, so we do not have anything to install in Selenium. Yeah, and Selenium is not a tool. Selenium is just a API, application programming interface, which is been accessed with the help of a single jar file. Yeah, that is the only thing. Yeah, Selenium is not a tool. Selenium is just automate a browser and it's a application programming interface. So if I just go to my desktop, I'll just explain you what do we mean by the API. So if I just go to my desktop, you can see there are a couple of the installable files over here. Yeah. So if I go over here, Wondershare, Filmora, this is something which is I installed here on my machine. I got some installable file for this to install this on my desktop. Yeah. So for Selenium, we do not have anything to be installed. I just need to download something and I need to start with that. For Eclipse also, we do not have anything to be installed. We just need to download and we need to start with. Yeah. So we do not have anything to install in the Selenium. Yeah. So Selenium is what? Selenium is a plug and play utility. Yeah. Is a API, application programming interface. Why I'm so sure? Why I'm saying that? Reason being is been written over here. So if I just scroll down and instead, let me go on this page. Okay, let me just take this thing side. So let me go to the downloads part of it. So if I go to downloads, you'll be able to see something over here. So as of today, Selenium supports this many things. Selenium supports why it is so popular, because Selenium supports all these 5 different languages. Yeah. So that is what Ruby, Java, JavaScript, Python. Yeah. So .NET, C Sharp. It support all these different languages. Again, it supports all 3 different platforms here. If I go to this operating systems, it supports all these 3 operating systems: Windows, Mac OS, Linux. If I go to browser, it supports all these browsers. Firefox, IE has been deprecated from the market. We got the Edge there. Safari, Opera, Chrome, Edge, all these browsers is being supported by the Selenium. And it's a freely available open source. Yeah, so it's a free utility. That's what is too popular. Yeah. So someone is asked you why Selenium is too popular in the interview. Reason being, Selenium can work on all three different operating system. It works on all different browsers available there. Again, it come up with all these different 5 languages there. Yeah, Java, JavaScript, Python, Ruby, .NET, and C Sharp. Right, that's there. So that's the reason it's too much popular. Now, how to deal with, how to start with, how we can go ahead and use the Selenium. Yeah, so you can see it's an API. So what we need to do is, in order to use the Selenium, we only need this particular file. Yeah, Selenium's standalone version of the Selenium. Yeah, so Selenium is come up with this jar file. I'll just click on this, 4.31.0. This is for the version of that Selenium. I clicked on that, so it started some download over here. You can see one file is downloading there. So that is something what Selenium server is been downloaded there. Yeah, and it's done. So we downloaded this jar file here. So if I go to downloads, I'll be able to see my file available there. Yeah, we got this file here. Now, to start with Selenium, what I need to do is I just need to get this file in my Eclipse and I'm done. Simple. There is no installation, nothing. I don't need to do anything. That's what Selenium is a plug and play utility and is a API. Yeah. So what I did, I just downloaded this jar file and I'm ready for the Selenium automation testing, right? That is what it is. Yeah. So let me start with, let me show this thing to you, how we can do it. Yeah. So in order to import that file in our, in our project, what I need to do is I just need to right click on my project and I need to go to build path, and in build path I need to go to configure build path, and in configure build path I need to go to libraries, I need to go to class path, and in class path I need to add external jar. I can see option here, add external jar. So I can get this thing. Jar is nothing but the Java archive. Yeah. So we just downloaded this file. It is called as jar file. You can see this is for the jar file in the downloads. So I just need to get that thing here. You can see the extension is what? JAR, jar file. Yeah. So that's what is add external jar. So we added this file there, apply and close, and I'm good. I'm good to go with the Selenium. You can see it's appearing here in the reference library, the Selenium server 4.31.0 jar file. Yeah, so it's plug and play utility. So I added this file here, and then now I can start with writing the Selenium code. Is that simple, right? Is that simple? Yeah. So are we good? Able to understand? Easy to understand? right?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty simple, straightforward, right? So let me go ahead and do it. So what I can do is I'll quickly create one class over here, and what this test case is all about. This test case is something what register user. Okay, let me go ahead and create this test case over here. I'll say new class, and I'll name it as what register user. And we know, right? Class name always start with the capital letter followed by camel castling. Yeah. So second letter is again should be capital. That's what it is. I said finish. So now we created a new class there called as register user. All right. Now what is the next step? What I need to do? Mhm. What I need to do?
Main.
Main method, right? So
Yes,
we saw
yes.
yesterday. Yeah. So main, I just type the main there, control plus space, and I got the main method there. All right. Now I need to start with the my test case automation, and I have this thing there. So now what it is saying? Very first step is what? Launch browser. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're gonna go and do it with the Chrome. Yeah, Chrome browser. So now I want to launch the Chrome browser. How do I do it? Anyone? I wrote something over here. Chrome driver is equals to new Chrome driver. And I mouse over on it and I'm getting this thing over here saying import.
Import.
Yeah, import and import from where? From org
OpenQA
OpenQA
Selenium.
Chrome. Yeah, it's coming from the
Yes.
Selenium. Yeah, so I just import that thing over here. Right now, if I run this, yeah, if I run this, what will be the output? Just typing this out there, and I'm writing, I am automating login, register user test case. Register user test case. All right. So if I run this, what will be the output? Anyone? Mhm. Any idea? Any guess? What will be happen? What will happen?
Only sysout statement will print.
Only sysout statement print. Who else? Just try. See, we are not here to judge anyone. So you can think of क्या हो सकता है?
We need to provide driver path.
Hmm? Who else?
Sir, it will first print and then it will hit the Chrome.
Okay. Who else?
Need to provide web driver path.
I got you, Prashant. Anyone else?
First print the statement and then just to do the driver path because we are not provided any URL yet for that.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see it in action. Let me run this. Yeah. Let me run this class. Run as Java application. Let's see. It did printed this. I am automating register user test case. But my test case is still running. You can see this red icon is there. This one. That means my test case is still running. And see, it did launch the Chrome browser.
Yes.
Can you see? This Chrome has been launched. Yeah. And you can see the statement over here. Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Right?
Yes.
If you launch Chrome manually, you will never see this message there. But this has been launched by what? By the Selenium. That's
Selenium.
what the Chrome is giving this message here. Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. Yeah, that is how it is, right? So now I'm just closing it manually, right? So now you can see my test case execution is completed and I got this. Yes, it will gonna go and print this because this is the first statement there. So it printed that and it did executed this. Now what is this? Chrome driver is equals to new Chrome driver. Anyone? Yesterday we saw this thing.
Driver
And
is the interface.
sorry?
So Chrome driver is a class, driver is the object, and basically we are initializing the object for the class that is Chrome driver.
Right. Chrome driver is a class. That's true. And you said like driver is an object. That's not true. Yeah.
Okay.
So over here, Chrome driver, this is something new. Chrome driver is an object, whereas this driver is a reference variable. It's not an object. Over here, this new Chrome driver is an object. Okay. This new Chrome driver is an object, and we are assigning this object reference value to this reference variable driver. Yeah. So if you go and interview and if you say like this driver is an object, then like you are done for the day. Yeah, this is not the object. Okay, so this new Chrome driver is an object. We are assigning this object value to this driver reference variable of Chrome driver class. Okay.
So can we initialize the variable to a class?
Can we initialize?
The variable to the class.
I didn't get you. What do you mean by initializing the variable to a class? Yes, we can do that. So Chrome driver, this is variable. This is a user-defined variable. I can write anything here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is user. I can write anything. This is valid. It's not compulsory to write driver there. Right?
Okay, so we can initialize a variable to the class.
Yes, we can do that. That's what we did. This is what the class, and we initialize this variable way to the class, and then we are assigning the value of the object to this particular variable. Yeah, that's there. We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think like you have the knowledge, but you have the half knowledge,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that
Yes.
is see, half knowledge is always danger. Either you should know the complete thing, else or it's good you don't know the things. Yeah. So that's there. So half knowledge is always danger. Yeah. So that's there. All right. So it's good, you know, at least some part there. Yeah, it's again a good thing today. But then you need to clear yourself, right? What it is and what not. Yeah. So don't go with this statement into interview. You will never able to clear that. All right. So that's there. We have seen this thing in yesterday, right? We can see over here calculator calc is equals to new calculator, right? So calculator is a class, new calculator is an object. We assign the object new calculator to this particular calc reference variable. So I can write anything over here, ABCD, PQRS, whatever I want, I can write over here. But generally, we give what? Some meaningful name so that we should be able to understand what it is for, right? That's what we do as a general practice there. All right. So very first thing is what? We need to launch the browser, and we did that. We launched the browser. That is what expected in this test case, right? So they said it launch the browser. We did that. Now what it is saying, navigate to this particular URL. Okay, let me copy this URL and go here, right? Now I can take this thing, or let me add some meaningful name here. I'll say driver, right? And over here, I can write something now, driver dot
Find URL. Get URL, sorry.
get and then the string URL. So this is what the method available there in the Chrome driver class. We saw yesterday. Now we are the user. Yeah, we are a user here. Yesterday, this calculator we saw, right? This
Yes.
individual is an user. This individual went to any shop, he bought the calculator for 100 rupees and he is using that calculator. Over here, we are a user. We got the Selenium free, open source. We just use that. We imported this jar file over here and we started using it. So we are a user. Yeah. So we created the object of the Chrome driver class, and whenever I'm saying now driver dot, I will be able to get all the methods available into that particular class, right? Yesterday as well, we saw, right, in this calculator class, when we see when we created the object of the calculator class, we were able to see all the methods available there, right, in this test calculator. When we created this object calc, so as soon as I press this calc here, calc dot, I was able to get all the methods available into that class, right? See, addition, addition of two number, addition of three number, division, multiplication, subtraction, everything. On the same note, as I created the object of what? As I created the object of Chrome driver class, so I'll be able to see all the methods available there in the Chrome driver. So whenever I'm saying driver dot, this is what all it is. You can see close, delete, download, equals, execute, find element, get URL, so and so. There are tons of methods available under this particular class. Yeah, this is what it is. Page source, get title, get window handle. Yeah, so many things. Manage, navigate, so many things there. Print statement, print, quit, driver.quit. Yeah, let's use this driver.quit. So what do you mean by driver.quit?
Driver will be closed.
Yeah, so driver will be close after this many times. So let's take an example, 7 seconds. Now previously, when I open this, when we execute, it launched the Chrome, but it was open at my end. I close it manually. Now whenever I'm writing this driver.quit, it will gonna go and close that driver. Now what is outcome of this particular program? If I run this program, now it will print this statement, it will launch the Chrome, it will navigate to this URL, it will wait there for 7 seconds. Yeah, this is what the millisecond, and then it will close that browser. Yeah, that is what we are expecting it to do, right? So let's see it in action. Yeah, let me do this thing. Let me run it and let's see it. Run as Java application. See, we got this thing here. It printed the statement. It will gonna go and launch the browser. See, the browser has been launched. It will navigate to that URL. See, it's redirecting to that URL. You can see that, and it's open that URL. It will wait 7 seconds there, and it will close this browser now automatically. Yeah, it did close that browser. That is what driver.quit. So this main program is executing, right, statement by statement, line by line. First it executed this, then this, then this, then this, and then this. The way you are writing the code, it will do and perform the operation in the same manner, in the same way, right? That is what how it is. So instead of driver, I can write anything. Whatever I want, I can write there. So it's not mandatory to write driver there. Yeah, it will work. That's the user-defined statement. And this is generally used in industry. So we always write there a driver so that we should able to understand. Now I'm not able to understand what this thing is all about, right? But your program will work, right? That's what we use there, driver standard term. Yeah. So don't confuse. This is the user-defined terminology. So we can assign the class to the variable. That's what it is. All right. So what is next? We navigate over here. Then we are saying verify the home page is visible successfully. Now verify and verification we need to do. So how do we verify whether we are able to see the home page or not? Anyone? So if I go here, okay, so this is what the page. Let me duplicate this page because here we have the test case. Let me go to the top. So this is what my home page. So as soon as this is what it is showing me. Yeah. So as soon as I landed over here, as soon as website is open, I'm able to see this page. Now I need to verify. How do I verify? There are 2-3 different ways. I can see the page title over here, automation exercise, right? Automation exercise. This is what it called as what? The page title. So whichever tab I am in, so this is what my Gmail is open there. I can see this is what the title of my page. This is what the YouTube. I got this title of the page. I'm on this Selenium download link. This is what the title of the page. Again, this is what delete history, title of the page. Likewise, we do have the title of the page called as automation exercise there. Yeah, for this particular page. So we can verify whether we are able to see this title of the page or not. Yeah, we can do that. So if we are able to see this title of the page, then we can say yes, we are on this particular page and like we are good, right? That is what how we can go ahead and verify the things. Manually we do this thing only, right? In manual, just open. We see okay, we are able to see this pages there, option there, and I can see the automation exercise there. I'm done. My test case is passed. So that same thing we need to do with the help of automation. So now it is pretty straightforward to do. So what I can do is just go here and simple. What I can do is I'll say driver dot get. We have the method called there as a get title. Yeah. So driver dot get title. So it will gonna go and give me the page title. So whatever page you are opening, not only this, any XYZ URL. Yeah. So take any XYZ URL, whatever page you are opening, it will gonna go and give you the page title of that particular URL. Could be anything. Yeah. Could be any URL. Not only this thing. Yeah. So now it will gonna go and give me what? The page title. So it is in the form of string. Yeah. Then I need to print that string. So how I can do is, so I'll do something called as, I'll say string. I'll create one variable here, page title. Page title is equals to driver dot gauge page title. And I'll write something here, system dot out dot println. And I can write this thing here. Page title is, and now what I need to do is plus this
Page
variable.
title.
Yeah. Now plus over here is a what? Concatenation operator. We saw yesterday, right? A plus B is equals to C, and then over here it is playing the role of concatenation operator. This is what the variable I created as a string, right? As a character. So Java, we have the string. We do not have any character there. We have as a string there. So string page title, I created one variable. Yeah. So you can write anything A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S, T over here, but give some meaningful name. Page title, what? Driver dot get page title, and I'm just printing that title and I'm closing my driver. So let's see whether we are able to see this page title or not. Let me run this. Right? Automation exercise there. It will close the browser in 7 seconds. And here we go. You can see the page title is automation exercise. Yeah, we got the page title there. Right? This is what it is. Yeah, that's what happens. So now so our test case is what? Pass. We are sure about, yeah, our page title is this thing there. Yeah. So now what I can do is, so I can write something to pass and fail, right? So I can make use of the if and else statement if you want. Yeah. So what I can do is, you know the right if else statement. How many of you know? If loop, if. Mhm. Anyone, any idea about this if statement?
If page title is displayed.
Yeah. So we can do that. Yeah. So page title is displayed. We can use the direct method there. So it's gonna go and display there. Yeah. So we can use that as well. So I can write something like this. Page title dot is blank, is empty. We have only two things there. Yeah, we do not have any is displayed there method. So when you see that thing, that method is displayed or is enabled. Yeah, so we have that method, right? Displayed or enabled. So when you see that, I cannot see here. Mhm. So that is available for the web element. Okay, not for this. So this is
Okay.
for the text. This is for the text, and we need to verify this. So I can write something like if, simple, right? If this page title, yeah, this page title dot is equal ignore case to what? To this statement here. This is what the text, right? This is what we are expecting. So we are comparing text to text. If this page title, right? This page title is giving me what? Automation exercise. This is what coming from the my web page. If this page title is equal ignore case, or is equals, you can use that to this thing. Then you can say that I'll say something called as system.out.println. I'll say verification pass. Else, yeah, something like this, right? That's there. All right. So now I can use here the equal as well. So we have two things here, equal and equal ignore case. Ignore case means I can write in capital and small letters over here. That's absolutely fine. I can write something called as automation here. That's fine. If I write in this way, still it will gonna go and work. Yeah, automation exercise. Whereas is something like this. Yeah, automation. So that is what the meaning of equal ignore case. So when this page title, this variable, if this variable is holding the value which is automation exercise, yeah, if we get this title as a automation exercise from my web application, then I'm saying my verification pass, else it will be failed. That is something how it is, right? So I'll just print this statement here on the top so that you can see what that statement is. And then this is what my verification. So let me run this and let's see it in action. Run as Java. See, it launched the Chrome. It navigate to the URL and then it will close it automatically. Yeah. So it close it after 7 seconds, right? And we can see over here the message verification passed. Page title is what? Automation exercise. Are we good? Easy to understand? Simple, straightforward. We understood if else statement as well. If this condition is true, then do this thing, else do this thing. If this condition is failed, we need to go into the else block and perform this operation. Simple, right? Easy to understand, right? Are we good? Able to understand? Yeah. Any question, guys?
I have a doubt. Okay.
Mhm. Go on.
So I just wanted to know why there is not need to uh, provide the file path of the driver.
Right. So when you learn the Selenium, Prashant,
Sorry,
when you learn about the Selenium,
I am just learning.
just learning. So you are
Yeah.
learning the outdated version.
Oh, okay. Okay,
If
I
you are
am using
learning,
three
so
dot
you are learning the
something.
outdated version,
Okay, got it.
The
right? So
driver is
you,
already included.
right. So you get this basic question on which version of Selenium you work. So you can see over here, this number 4.31.0 is a version of Selenium.
Okay. I'm
Right?
using 3.14. That's why.
Don't use that. This is the
Okay,
old
got it.
version. Okay.
Okay.
From Selenium 4, we do not need to pass any driver path there. We do not need any executable jar file, and we do not need to pass any path there. It's not needed from Selenium 4
Okay, thank
or
you.
not. So stop using that Selenium 3 dot whatever file you are using there. So you do not need to use that. Use the latest one. Upgrade your framework or project wherever you're working on. Upgrade it with this new jar file. Right? That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Sure, thank you.
Right. That's there. So there are so many things, right? So what we are learning or what we are discussing is just 1% of the Selenium. Yeah, there are so many things like this. Yeah, I can see the Prashant, somehow some basic understanding. Then again, like there was one girl, I don't know her name, but from she joined from the Samsung device or some devices. Yeah, so she's having the understanding, but not the complete understanding, right? So I guess she's in a meeting or not, but yeah, that's there. So yes.
I want to ask one question related to this thread dot sleep.
Hmm.
So basically, sleep is a function, correct?
Right. So this is for the Java utility. Thread.sleep is something a Java utility. So again, so this is
Okay.
thread.sleep is coming from the Java. So when I'm saying sleep, so my program will halt for that particular time period. Yeah. So we need to provide time period in the milliseconds over here. So 7,000 milliseconds means what? 7 seconds, right? So it's a 7 seconds. So it will halt all program execution for that particular period. Yeah, that's what it is.
So thread is an inbuilt class.
Yes, it's a inbuilt there in the Java programming language.
Okay. Okay.
Right. All right. So that's there. Now the next thing you might have seen when it launched the browser, it always a small window. It's not launching a full browser as compared to this Chrome. If you just looked at this Chrome is completely right as a window. Let me see. Let's you might have seen it or not. You might have noticed it or not. So let me fail this test case, the intentionally like, so verification, just I need, just let me change something here. I'm just taking this thing out. Now this time your test case will say verification fail, and like you'll be able to see and just notice the window, right? The Chrome window is launching. Look at its size. See, right? It's still this point only, right? Look at this. Still this point only. It's not completely maximized mode. It's not 100% zoom clarity. It's something near about 70% or 80% the Chrome was there. Right? Now you can see over here the verification failed because this is not matching. This is not the correct we got. So we have over here automation, right? So TION is missing here. So it failed that thing and went to the else loop. Yeah. And that's what this is printed over here saying automation fail, verification fail. Now how do we maximize the window? How do we do it?
Driver dot manage dot maximize.
Right?
Window dot
That's there.
maximize.
Right? That's there. So as soon as you launch your website, right, the very next statement you can write over here to maximize the window. So that is something what driver dot manage dot. We have so many things here, right? Add cookie, delete cookie. Yeah. So right, the cookies. We can do that. Yeah. So add, delete cookies, so many things. Timeout, wait, so many things there. As of now, we are dealing with the window. So I'll say manage window. And what I need to do with window? Yeah, full screen, get size, maximize, minimize. What I want to do with that. So everything is been given here, right? set size, set position. So many things are available. So we need to want was we want to maximize. Okay, let's maximize it now. So now this time it will maximize my window, right? So let me run this and let's see it in action. Okay, I need to save it. So I say, okay, always save it before running. Once I see, look at now. Yeah, it maximized it to full over here, full screen now, 100%, right? And close the browser. That is what how it is. Are you good? Able to understand? Simple, easy. This is what how we can go ahead and do the verification in our test cases, right? So any question, guys, here? Hmm. Anyone? Any question? Right? So this is something how we need to do the verification there. So who want to understand, right? So how do we gonna go ahead and capture the evidences, the capture the screenshot, right? So like we need to say like when we are saying my test case is passed, so we need to have some evidences, right? We need to capture the screenshot, right? So when we are going into the office, like when we are verifying, automating any, when we are doing the manual execution, we are verifying the like we are taking the screenshot, right? So how do we do it in the Selenium, right? So in Selenium as well, we can do that. We can take a screenshot in the Selenium as well, right? How to do that? So we do not have the direct method in the Selenium to do so, but yes, we can take the screenshot with the help of some parameters there. Yeah. So what I can do is I'll just go ahead and try to write the thing over here. Or what I can do is I'll quickly go ahead and copy the that code, or you can just Google it out, right? So I'll take a help from my previous code instead of going and writing everything there. So I'll explain this thing to you in upcoming sessions. So let me see where is this code. So we need to write all these things by our own. Yeah. So you'll be writing all these things by your own. So if you are there with me, right? So for the period of learning, so you'll learn all those things, how to do all the stuffs there. Yeah. So let me take this thing and just put in here. Okay. Control Shift plus O. So we need to import all these things. Yeah. Say finish. So this is something for the Java function, Java utility. Yeah. Selenium is not directly coming with the screenshot. Yeah. So we have this take screenshot as an interface where we need to cast driver to it, and then we get this get screenshot as a method there, right? And like we need to get this thing there, and then like what to give any name to your screenshot. So this is, you can take this thing out now. As of now, we do not need it, right? And then where you want to save your screenshot. Yeah. So you can save your screenshot to the directory wherever you want. I'll just like do it something like this, dot and slash, and I'll just name it as screenshot dot png, or let it be. Yeah, let me have this path there. So anywhere, right, in your folder. So if I want to present this thing, the screenshot here. So we can write this path there. Yeah. So let me paste my screenshot over here. How do I get the path? So I can get this property there. That is the property. I get the properties, and in property, this is what my path. I can take this complete path till module, just copy it and I'll paste it here. It just need a path where it will gonna go and save our screenshot. So in module, and I'll say there, under there, you can write something what screenshot dot png. That's it, right? So under module, we'll be able to see the screenshot dot png file there. And that's it. And then file utils, copy file. Why it is showing error. File utils, copy file, that's there, destination. Just zoom in. Source file and destination file. This copy file. The same. I guess this method is deprecated or something. File utils. Dot screenshot dot png there. Yeah, that's there. It should show. Okay. I think this is something which is we got some new change there. That might be the reason it's not showing me. Or let me see what it imported from. Input from, okay, or we need something. Let me check the input. Come, so something. Yes. Oh, okay, okay. All right. So I got this thing why it is not happening. Because we need these file utils coming from what? org apache common.io. And this is something which is missing from our framework, right? So that's what is not showing me, because this is something this class is coming from this particular package, and this is not yet implemented. So that's what we will not be able to do it because we will not get this input. This package is coming from this. You can see the input for this file is coming from org apache common.io. So this is something different. We need to get this jar file and then we will be able to make it out. So you can see this is imported java.io file there. So that's what we able to make it out, right? So we can able to make it out, but this is not import because as of now we have not added that jar file here. So today we will not be able to do it, but yes, in future we will able to do it because we need to add this in our pom.xml file. Yeah. So this apache.common.io file utils. You can see we have different versions. See over here. So over here we need to add this. Yeah, you can see the Apache Koi. So we need to add these files here. Now, what is this dependency and what this thing is all about is altogether a different level as of today. But yes, we can add this there. Yeah. So that's the reason we are not able to see it there today. Yeah. So, but yes, this is what how we can go ahead and use this, the verification and then the we can do with the validation. So anything, any question, guys? Anyone?
So I have one question.
Mhm.
It is always necessary to take a screenshot.
So so for that thing, it's not necessary to take screenshot every time. So, but yes, if we get some failure, so in that case, we need to take the screenshot. So it depends, right? So it again depend your project requirement or your what your manager is, agreed with. So generally, we are not taking screenshot for everything, but only for if we get some failure, then only we are taking the screenshot.
Okay, Rahul. Thank you.
That's there.
How we can memorize or we can like learn this thing? This is quite difficult.
It's not difficult. It's not at all difficult. This is very simple, right? So that's what you need to do is that is what you need to do the practice. Yeah. So this is something is very easy, very basic stuff. So you do not need to memorize it, right? So you just need to code it. That's what I said, right? Daily you need to spend 2 hours, then only you'll be able to learn it. By reading, by watching YouTube videos or by going on to Udemy, you will be able to understand. That's what like you have some understanding here and there, but not the complete understanding. Yeah. So for that, you literally need to sit down and write it by your own. Then only you'll be able to understand how and why. That is something I'm gonna go and let you know how to do that, what to do and what not to do. That is something I'm here for, right? That is something how it is. Are we good? Able to understand? Any question? Mhm. Right? No question? That's fine. That's fine. So what we can do is, if we do not have any question there, that's good. So today we understood it with the help of if and else statement there, pass and fail criteria. But ideally, we do not use if and else for this, the verification. We like over here is just executing things, but ideally it's not failing, right? So it should fail automatically. That our test case should fail automatically and our test case should pass automatically. So we are writing over here saying pass and fail. But ideally in report, we should see somewhere like it is pass or it is fail. So who is going to go and do that? So for that matter, we need the help of test ng. Yeah. So test ng will going to go and do that thing for us, whether our test case is pass or our test cases are fail. Yeah, so it will do it automatically. If anything went wrong, so we saw right, the failure was here. So whenever we failure, so it will show you yes, the test case is fail, and then it will take the screenshot for that failure activity. Else it won't take it. So we'll see it in tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll show you how to that integrate the test ng here, and then how we can use that test ng for the validation. So what we did today is what? The verification, right? So test ng is gonna go and do the validate the thing. If we are saying pass, then the right. So it will say okay, test case is pass. We'll get it the report, and if it is fail, then it will fail the test case. That is what test engine is gonna go and help us. All right. Anyone, anything, and then we'll generate that test case with the help of AI. Yeah. So whatever we learn, right? So it will generate within a second, right? We do not need to spend this much time on that. So it will generate our test case on the fly, right? That's there. Are we good? Able to understand?
Rahul, can you explain this first statement? File src file is equals to take screenshot the first line for taking the screenshot.
Right. So this
Statement.
take screenshot is an interface. Okay,
Okay.
is an interface. So what we need to do is in Selenium we do not have direct method to take the screenshot. So we need to cast our driver to this interface, right? You can see over here, take screenshot, and then we have driver, and we have one bracket there. So we need to, this is called as the casting. So we need to cast a driver to this interface, take screenshot, and then we'll be able to see this method there, get screenshot as. Yeah, and this will take a screenshot, and that will be in the form of what? Output in the form of file. It will generate a file for that, and we are saving that file under this source file. So the type of this is what? The file. We are saving this file under this particular source file. And in destination file means we need to provide where I want to keep this screenshot. Yeah, that is what my destination, location, where I want to keep this screenshot. That is what the location we need to specify here. And then at the end, copy the file from this source to destination. That is what we need to do. So it will copy the file from source to destination, and then we'll be able to see the screenshot there. Yeah, that is what how it is not a straightforward, but yes, we need to do in this way,
And
right?
what is file utils?
File utils is a class. It's a
Okay.
Java class again. In that Java class, we have this method copy file, where we can copy the file from source to destination. That's what we do. Got it? So that is something how it is. So anyone, any question? Yeah.
Using this interface, take screenshot as in
Mm-hmm.
why we cannot take it directly like driver dot get screenshot?
It's not a direct method there in the Selenium. It's not yet implemented. This is the way they have given. So we do not have direct method there in the Selenium.
So for taking the screenshot, we have to use it in the form of interface.
That's true. This is the only way in the Selenium we can use the interface to take the screenshot.
Oh.
Right? And you will be asked this all the question which you asked me. This is all your interview questions. So whenever you go for the interview, so whatever questions you ask me, these are your interview questions. All right. So how to take the screenshot? Why we need to use the interface there? Why we cannot directly take the screenshot? Driver.get screenshot as. So these all are the interview questions. You might have appeared somewhere in the interview. Probably you may have got these questions there in the
Not
interview, or you will get these questions
uh,
there, right? That's there. So is there. So there are thousands of questions, down the line. This is just 1%, not even like the 1 or 2%. This is just ABCD of the Selenium. So that's there. If you want to master, if you want to learn, if you want to grow yourself, then you can just be with me for next 3 months, and then you will learn and expert all these things together. So you will design this thing by your own. You will understand each and every component of what it is and how it is. Right? This is complete the automation testing framework. Over here you can see this is complete the automation testing framework. Right from here to that's there. All right. Are we good to close? Any question? Anyone? No question. All right then, guys. Thank you. Thanks for your time, and then we'll meet tomorrow. Yeah. So tomorrow same time, and then we'll see how we can use a test engine, and then how we can use how we can create the same program with the help of AI. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time, and I'll upload this recording there on YouTube. All right. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Bye
yeah,
bye.
thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Stop.